we have accumulated rich historical feelings and cultural spirit, and witnessed a great many changes in our lives and new glories of civilization. Now we are carrying on the historical glory of jointly building the Silk Road and beginning to write a new chapter in the consciousness and expectations of people everywhere. The ancient Silk Road stretches thousands of kilometers and was once an important trade route connecting Asia, Africa, and Europe. It was also an important channel for cultural, political, and economic exchanges between the East and the West. These mysterious merchants walking slowly in the desert bridged communications between China and the West. Through their unremitting efforts, they created a fortune and even turned this desert area into one of today's most densely populated cities. More than 2,000 years ago, Gansu was a place full of risks and also a place people longed for. One after another, caravans of people riding camels crossed this area, carrying out business and cultural exchanges. Dreams and wealth flourish here. It is a place that affects the world and changes the world. In April, there is still snow in Rendoma village. The village is 3,200 meters above sea level in the Tibetan area of Andwo, Gannan. The winter here is cold and long, and it is warm only 3 months a year. Sairoji is an accountant at the Norla workshop. In the morning, he goes to work as usual. Herdsmen who used to rely on a subsistence way of life are now workers with stable occupations, and yak hair neglected by Tibetans has become a stable source of income for herdsmen. All of this has become possible thanks to the efforts of an American girl named Deshin Yeshi. The locals call her D-King. Her father is Tibetan, and her mother is of American and Greek ancestry. Growing up in New York, D-King was born with an adventurous heart. In 2005, after graduating from the University of Connecticut and influenced by her mother, she came to the Tibetan areas of China to look for a special kind of yak hair. As soon as she set foot on this mysterious land, she was captivated.
The first time I came here was almost 15 years ago. I found people to be very peaceful. As we started to talk about more and I stayed with a lot of people and talked to a lot of people who were the same ages as me, we were in our early 20s. I found that they were also very open to new ideas, and so then when we started to talk more and more about the possibilities of using locally available raw materials and turning that into a business, and I found they were very receptive to that idea, and that's really how Norla was born.
With the development of social economy and culture, it has become increasingly difficult for parents to persuade their children to continue as herdsmen. The dream of most young people is to leave and go to the outside world. Once the young people leave, tradition is discontinued. D. King, 22 years old at the time, made an important life decision, choosing to stay. She would work with local Tibetans to realize her dream.
In the beginning, it was just for me, at least personally, it was so different from where I just come from, which was the US. And just the basic things like bathrooms, running water, having internet access and phones and heating, all of those that didn't exist here so it's quite challenging to live here all the time. But then, at the same time, I grew very close to the people here. And we overcame all the little obstacles that we came across, and the physical discomforts were bearable because we were all working towards the same goal. And that's how we made it happen.
In 2007, Deaking established the Norla workshop in the Renduama village. At 8:30 in the morning, at Norla workshop in the village, more than 150 Tibetan villagers are using local yak hair as raw materials. With the most traditional weaving technology and all natural mineral dyes, they weave various yak cashmere products with characteristic features of the plateau.
So the little things like being in the warm environment here and getting off work at a certain time, coming into work at a certain time, having your own personal time, all of these concepts are quite new to them, and they've really come to appreciate it.
Later, she met Eden, her life partner, on the plateau. Eden is a Tibetan designer. Deaking gave birth to 2 lovely daughters of mixed ethnicity. They continued their work weaving the yak wool of the plateau into scarves, which were displayed at a top show in Paris.
I really appreciate the fresh air and appreciate nature and the rural village life, where my children can just go outside and play and visit neighbors. Everyone knows each other, and there is a sense of community, and all these things are becoming more rare in today's world, and especially in life in the city, and all these little things. So I really kind of appreciate all of that.
She insists on using employees as models, insists on shooting her own products, insists on making cloth by hand in the most traditional way, and insists on using the most expensive but environmentally friendly imported dyes. Deshing's persistence has brought a new view to the plateau. The Ganan Tibetan area on the roof of the world is a secret place which is relatively unknown. Now it has shown the world its beauty and culture. Hearing the bells ringing from the long lines of camels along the Silk Road, the bustling voices from the prosperous Tang and Han dynasties. When the ancient Silk Road flourished, the cultural classics of Asia, Africa, and Europe were handed down and exchanged following a long and arduous journey. Today's new Silk Road has been gifted with new ideas.
In the new era, trade under the Belt and Road Initiative has undergone a series of new changes and showed new features. First, the connotation of trade has changed from traditional physical trade to more modern, diversified trade. Also, secondly, the form of trade we know has changed from traditional barter and currency trade to new forms of trade. This has definitely had a great impact on all the current industries we know and can even influence those yet to be discovered. For example, this can include virtual trade, physical trade, even the technology trade, the upcoming cultural trade, and other new forms of trade.
This contract document of the Tang dynasty, carefully repaired by archive restorers, came from Dunhuang. Dunhuang is located in the heart of the ancient Silk Road, and business has flourished here throughout history. The number of contract documents unearthed in Dunhuang between the Tang dynasty and the early northern Song dynasty total around 300. These rare archives are important historical records of commercial activities at that time. These are 8 letters written in ancient Sogdian, found by British archaeologist Mark Orrell Stein at the site of the Beacon Tower of the Great Wall of the Han Dynasty northwest of Dunhuang. To Samarkand was also written in Sogdian in the Silk Parcel at that time, and many types of trade were named in the letters, including silk, flax, pepper, musk, and even camphor from the subtropical zone, as well as names of places such as Luoyang, Chang'an, Wuwei, Zhuchuan, and Dunhuang. These letters were then folded into beautiful little squares. Although from different cities, the paper size was the same, which was about 39 to 42 centimeters in length and 24 to 25 centimeters in width. This could have been the standard of Chinese paper used at that time, and it was used to record information of the Sogdians and their homesickness. As the history has been uncovered, this ancient trade route has been given new meaning and is presenting itself to the world with a new look. 2 years after the Belt and Road Initiative was proposed, Chinese President Xi Jinping stressed, "The construction of the Belt and Road is based on the principles of cooperation, co-construction, and sharing. It's not closed, but open and inclusive. It's not a Chinese solo, but a chorus of countries along the Belt and Road." If you listen carefully, you can hear that the theme of the chorus is win-win development.
Look at these wide noodles. They're like long roads, wide and long, stretching over broad China. They're just like the Silk Road. Rub them. You see, you must first rub them. After this point, cook and dilute.
Jin Yuxi is studying how to make lanju ramen. As a foreign student from Nigeria, Africa, she graduated from Lanju University in 2017 with a master's degree. With the development of the Belt and Road Initiative, Lanju beef noodles, having originated on both sides of the Yellow River, have entered the international market. It has been successively spread to more than 20 countries in Central Asia, Western Asia, Central Europe, and Eastern Europe, including Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Turkey, Iran, Belarus, and others. More than 40 Lanju beef noodle stores have been opened. Lanju beef noodles have also been recognized by an increasing number of foreign customers. One of the research topics of Professor Long Rijun of Lanju University is how to create a new ecosystem in northwest China. Over the years, he has been working hard on this project. Promoted by the Belt and Road Initiative, international academic exchanges have become more convenient and cooperation has become smoother. Long Rijun has always felt that he has learned a lot from such international exchange activities. Featuring innovation, smooth communication, and globalization, they inspire a lot of positive ideas. To deepen environmental protection cooperation, it is necessary to practice the concept of green development.
The Belt and Road Initiative, which is a very exciting initiative from China, looking to link many countries all the way from the east, all the way across to the west, and bring many benefits of trade and exchange of cultures into China. And we have also been thinking about how this initiative will bring new roads and pipelines to the country.
Greatness lies in simplicity. Let the people of the countries along the Belt and Road learn from each other in civilization, exchange with each other and share the rewards, which is the soul music of the ensemble of the Belt and Road Initiative and the ensemble of people-to-people communication. Through exchange of articles, personnel exchanges, and cultural exchange, the ancient Silk Road spirit spans time and space and creates a new symphony of legends. It depends on China as the lead singer and can do without concertos from all countries. Trade has changed the distance between Gansu and the world.